obviously this morning's presenter is John. John from Lockfit, Lockfit, and he is a locksmith. Some embarrassing, or some things about him, an embarrassing moment that happened to him. 2 incidents spring to mind involving my daughter. At the time, was in the asking 100 questions stage of her life. She asked him very bold in M&S, "Dad, what is a wanker?" In the second incident, she slapped me. She slapped the bum of a lady bending over because she thought it was me. My favourite band. My brother and cousins were all massive metalheads when I was around 10. So I heard bands like Metallica, Pantera, Alice in Chains, etc. I've listened to Iron Maiden since I was 10 and seen them live a few times. So amazing band, they're great. Favourite holiday location and why? Jamaica. My married family are from Jamaica, so I enjoy visiting them and exploring the island. It's a beautiful country with amazing food, drink and music. My nickname with the family is Jeffrican John.
Bacon.
And a dish that John can cook well, ackee and salted fish. My granddad in-law, who is 94, approves of my cooking. Best compliment ever. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. John from Lockfit Research. I've brought a few tools in today that I use on an almost daily basis. I'll be discussing bypassing doors that are either damaged, faulty, or if someone's locked out or locked in, as I had the other day. So I'm going to be looking at this type of lock, which is a Euro lock, which is the most common lock that I come into. I will pass around very quickly the other type of lock, which is what I fitted for Scott some time ago when I first met him. It's called mortise locks. I think they're referred to as chop locks by some of the old school people. But there's two types, the 3 lever and 5 lever, and I'm sure you'll figure out which one's which better. The 3 levers are generally used for internal doors, 5 levers for external doors because they're lots better security. I won't talk about how to bypass those because they are very, very difficult. They involve drilling and trying to find out where the exact drilling point is on each lock. I have got a booklet which I also pass around, which these are all the different locks we've got of those, and as you can see, there's absolutely loads, and I've only got a little lock point to identify what lock it is. So I'll just go through some of the tools that I use. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I brought in my letterbox tool, which I use for bypassing doors that somebody's walked out, left the keys on the inside of the door so they can't lock it or unlock it. Or if the wind's blowing shut behind them and essentially the door is unlocked, but it can't open it. If anybody here, and I've said it before, I will say it again, so I go to a lot of customers who simply think that by shutting the door behind you and not actually locking it, think it's locked, it is not. Until the key is turned, that door is not locked. So if anybody has the right tool like myself, you can bypass it and get in a matter of seconds. Now, the reason I've got this stick here already made up is I had a job where the letterbox was right at the bottom and the handle was over here and it was raining. And so I was pretty much laying on my belly in the wet with the letterbox open trying to hook the door open for them. So you can sort of extend them on and it's a bit of a game. I often describe it to my customers as like the old claw machines at the fairs where you're sort of trying to grab something. But it's if you did that, whilst you relax it or the mirror and trying to do it, it's incredibly difficult. What I do have to help me is my little mirror, which I pop through the letterbox. What's that around? My little mirror, I can move it, so I can obviously just turn it around so I can see where the handle is, and then I use the little gadget to move it and hook onto the door. I can put on little gadgets onto it as well. This one here is used together with my little used together with this. So if you've got a thumb turn on your lock on the inside, so some of these will have a little thumb turn instead of a key on the inside. So if you have locked the door and locked your keys, I can still get you in. Basically, I have to hook this onto the end of that, put that on the end, and then have to sort of push it onto the thumb turn, remove that, and then I can use this to turn it. It is really difficult, I'm not going to lie. It's a job that Blake referred to me with that one, and it did take a little while to actually get the turn, get it moving, because sometimes I move that way, sometimes I move that way, and it's a bit of trial and error. So that one was a little bit of a long time. And then I've got a little bit as well. This is it. You've got a handle that pulls out. You can slide this in, and it sort of just opens up and makes the door. So I do use this one. I use this 5 times over the weekend. I had 5 calls to 5 different households where they left the keys on the other side. I thought it was one of those days where everybody was making the same mistakes. It's costly for them. It's great for me because it is a relatively quick job, and also means I don't have to start drilling the locks. Another job I have. So if the door is damaged, and or if the door doesn't have a letterbox, I've got these door spreaders that help me out. What they basically are it almost looks like a spade. So I've got these, Jane. I can ask you to see if I've ever used them. If you can talk that for me. So basically, the door spreaders, if you've got a UPVC door or a composite door, where you shut the door, you've got your keys, so it's unlocked, I can use these door spreaders to get you in. Basically what I do is put them together. It's quite a heavy tool, but essentially it goes into the wedge where the door frame is, and you can just lever it. And you'd be surprised with a UPVC door and a composite door, they move so much. They make a hell of a noise. When customers hear me doing it, the door does make a lot of cracks, and that's when they start to walk off and start to panic. But it's fine, it's absolutely fine. They're designed to take a little bit of movement, and basically I can pop this in and move it. Now, along with that, I have my little airbag here that Jane has blown up for me. Obviously, when I'm using this, it would be empty when I put it in. And the idea of this is I can open up the door even more. So when the door spreader goes in and the door opens, I can basically slide this little space that's been made and then bump it up. And what that does is it just pulls that door open. And what that is really good for is for getting some of these little wedges in. So I can knock these in as well to help. And this is all about creating space. So either the door will pop off the hinge, or not the hinge, sorry, the catch. Or, remember last week I brought in my little gadget here. What happens is sometimes with the older mechanisms, is that if the gearbox fails or if one of these fails, what can happen is the hook could be kept out. So the door's unlocked, but for whatever reason, this is just still keeping the door closed. Or it could be the bottom. This one has got 2 hooks on it, then there's other that have got other hooks and a number of different security features. The good thing with that door spreader is I can leave the door to a nice little gap for me, and then I can get one of these in there as well. So what this does, this is used for a net. Right, this is used for a roller, so there's hooks for rollers. And what this basically does is I can slide it in onto the actual roller itself and then get a hammer and gently tap it down. And what that will do is then unlock it and then remove everything and then get the door open. If it's a hook, like that one there, I haven't got it out. There's another little gizmo that I can use that basically hooks in and you can tap that one down. This is my little Batman boomerang. This is if the door is unlocked again, I can basically slide this in and catch the latch. There's 2 different types, that's for a right-handed opening door. So that's my door spreaders. And then last but not least is my lock snapper. I've said loads of times to everyone that if you've got a standard lock, so you don't have a British standard lock, to look at getting it changed. The reason for that is with a standard lock, you can snap it, and then they end up like this. Well, the idea of snapping the lock is that I want to get access to the middle part there on the actual lock itself. So that's called the cam. So this is what actually locks and unlocks the door. If I get access to that, I can get access to your house. Now with a very cheap lock, if I was a burglar, and I will demonstrate it 160 seconds how quick it is, I can basically remove your handle from the outside, get access to your very cheap lock, and then snap it. And then once that's snapped, I've got access to the locking mechanism, and I'm in your house in probably less than 30 seconds. this is my lock snapper. You can use other tools, but this is the one that I use. It has two ends, so that one there is for the Euro lock, and then it has another end as well, which I don't use as often, which is actually for an oval shaped lock as well. Looks exactly the same, but it's just got an oval shaped for any oval shaped locks that are out there. Once that lock is removed out of the way, I've got my little indoor key here. I can slide that into the gap, and then I'm in, and that's time. There we go. I didn't quite get through everything, but I can save that for a 60 seconds time. Thank you very much. Well, I'll pass those around as well. They're just some lock picks that I use for the. These are just lock picks as well. Oh wow, what's in there?
Yeah, with the composite doors and your tray and the blue, when you open the door not locked,
Yes.
you damage the door at all, or is it?
No, they are designed to flex. Even composite doors, and even wooden doors you can actually move a little bit. Composite doors aren't designed to move as much as a UPVC door, but you can. I did one about a month ago, and because they're literally held on by the latch, when I'm saying that unlocked, but just caught, they're only caught on by this little part here. It's not a lot, so you only need to realistically move the door by a centimetre at the most, and then the door will open. So I've never damaged the door. I've never damaged the door.
It's an obvious question, but have there ever been any disgruntled ex-locksmiths that are using these tools for long practices?
Probably. I couldn't say there's not. I know there are a lot of cowboys out there, unfortunately, that are overcharging people by a hell of a lot. Yeah, and burgers. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You can buy this stuff online. Yeah, it's a specialist. You can't get it if you're not a locksmith. We're not like with the electricians where we have to go through the different tests. Anybody can literally order this online and get into a house. So that's why I say get the best locks you can. Yes. No.
Have the big head doors not been getting stuff?
No, 100% success rate. 100%. There are some doors that I will not try and get through. If it's got a fancy lock on it, I'll always climb over a fence or over a garage and I'll go through to them. Most people, their back doors, patio doors, sliding doors have got rubbish doors on them. And I'll always just go for them because it's easier for me and less expensive as a I'll give it a go. Yes.
How do you ensure you're not actually breaking into a house that you shouldn't be breaking into?
A little bit of intuition on my half. I do ask ID. I do have jobs where their boyfriends ask me to get into his girlfriend and lost the key, and I'll often ask for a phone call with the girlfriend to make sure it's okay, because I don't want to cause any issues. So yeah, I do make sure I do that as well. Yes.
I'm reading a Jack Reacher novel. He's got to get through the store. He's found a Bradwell. He's bent the end up, and he's opened the door.
That's amazing.
Is it that easy?
I wish it was. I see a lot of like James Bond movies, spy movies, where they literally walk up to a door and jingle jangle and they're in. And I think a lot of customers when I go think that's going to be the job. That I'll literally turn up and I'll pick it and I'll be in a matter of seconds and have to manage your expectations. And so that's not the case. Picking locks can take 5 seconds. It can take an hour. It just depends on how long they're on the way and how much time I've got. With a hair clip. Well, I mean, the lockpicks are going round. They are very thin, like the lockpick. That's for a mortise lock. But yeah, it's very difficult to pin lock. I'm always practicing. I've got my little vice and stuff at home. Scott, do you have a question?
That's exactly the same question. It wasn't Jack Reacher, but I was going to say, if I've got a hair clip, how realistic
I have
is-
seen it with a hair clip. I haven't been able to try that, to be fair. It probably could be done if you know what you're doing. Yeah.
Right, I remember ages ago someone was saying a lot of possibly more internal doors and flats and stuff. You can actually get to pushing a credit card around the side of just that strap.
Like a card, yeah. So if you've got a night latch, which I don't share everyone of, it's like the old wooden door you'd have inside of a reality latch you can turn. So open up. The basic models of those can be slipped, and I use a microcard for that. It is literally a very thin but sturdy bit of card that you can bend the corner and you can then slide it through the gap and then shimmy the door open. Which is why whenever you've got a lock like that, it's always recommended to have a mortise lock with a backup as well, because you can get through one of those building mattress things as well. To be fair.
Right. Last question. Sorry.
One of these sort of
Oh, you did.
a little bit.
Yeah.
I've never actually worked out if that makes the lock itself any more secure, or does it just actually cause problems if I need someone like you to
It causes problems for someone like me. Again, if you have that, I'm assuming you've got 3-star Altian or sort of similar name. Is it horizontally? The key
Yeah.
horizontal? Yeah. I would avoid that one, and I would go around to your patio door if I could get to it. With those ones, the only way really to bypass those is to drill it, and that means drilling through the actual the main bulk of it down here and trying to take out the pins. But they're designed to have anti-drill pins and anti-drill plates, so
they are more secure.
absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Let me be frank, there's no lock that isn't bypassable. It's just a matter of time and noise. So burglars don't want to make a lot of noise, so they will go for doors that are ill repaired or locks that are crap. If you've got a decent lock like that, if I was a burglar, I would be avoiding your house and going for the neighbours and be more vulnerable.
Right.
Thank you very much indeed.